Hey everyone, today we are with Dr. Suzanne Jones. She has more than 15 years of experience working with college education. She's a doctor of education who was recently promoted to Dean of Students at Lindenwood University, Belleville, Illinois. Dr. Jones, thank you for being with us today.
Thank you for having me.
Sure. So I'm really glad that you're here. We're having this interview because first the video project, and then we really want to know what are your thoughts about education overall in general. So we met a couple weeks ago and we talked about the questions. You said it was fine. So my first question is going to be, if you could summarize one word, your experience working with higher education, what word would you pick and why?
So that was a hard one to answer because I have so many words that I like to describe with what I do in higher education. I would say the best word is rewarding. It's a very rewarding position that I have here and working in higher education.
Cool. Just a short summarize for our viewers right now. Can you just describe some of your experience that you have had before with working with college education?
I used to teach 4th grade. I did that for a number of years, and I always joke now that I can still use some of those skills with college
That's
students.
nice.
Because everybody likes stickers and rewards and
Yes.
positive feedback. So those skill sets I feel are still a part of who I am now. I also used to run a sexual assault victims care unit. I used to be a director for a center. So I would support survivors of assault. I did education and trainings with law enforcement, hospital staff, and I oversaw 4 offices.
Oh wow.
So that also has helped me in this position as well, overseeing our student counseling and resource center. I did work at Southwestern Illinois Community College for 14 years.
Oh wow.
So there, I also served as a counselor and an advisor and served on the crisis behavioral threat assessment team.
It's so interesting to know. Thank you for pointing that out. After all these years working with higher education and now with all the challenge, political, technology-related challenge, what are the challenges in education for a generation that starts college in 2018 that may differ or maybe in comparison from a generation who started college, let's say in 2005?
I think now students are facing different challenges. I see students more having to perhaps work full-time while they're going to school full-time and perhaps are an athlete.
Yes.
So those priorities become different than what they used to be.
Yes.
They are more independent. We might have some more challenges with students struggling with mental health issues. I've noticed an increase with that, and the positive of that is that they're asking for help, but I know that that has been a challenge for students while they're going to college and seeking those resources and asking for help.
Would you say that past generations, not just specifically about this one, were more afraid to ask for help than right now?
Maybe. I don't know if it was afraid or just not aware that, or there was a stigma that I can't ask for help. So I think maybe that's changed because I feel educators are doing a fantastic job as of recent, educating students, staff, and faculty and bringing in outside resources to say, it's okay that you're struggling with this. It's okay that you ask for help. You know, looking at celebrities and athletes that also have struggled with mental health and knowing that they have permission and it's not a bad thing to come in. It takes a lot of courage and strength to ask for help. So I think that might be part of the change where before maybe it wasn't talked about as much, but now people are talking about it and it takes away stigma. About
this thing, I'm always thinking about future as well. So my next question would be, what do you think is going to be the most challenging goal for education in generation who start college in the next decade around 2020 or 2030-ish?
I think the challenge could be with rising costs of education, there could be continued financial burden. So students might have to make decisions, you know, do I work full-time, do I work part-time, do I go to school full-time, do I go to school part-time, where do I go to school, online, like a traditional college setting. So I think those might be some future challenges for our students for the year 2020.
Talking about these challenges for next decade, how is Lindenwood University, according to your position, adapting towards this goal to educate citizens with excellence and integrity?
So I think Lindenwood provides those opportunities for our students to teach them life skills, to not just outside the classroom, and how to be good citizens with internships and volunteer opportunities.
How is having working in Lindenwood, Belleville, has helped you to grow not only as a doctor of education, but as a person in general?
Well, in my doctoral classes, you learn about leadership, and here I get to experience it.
Oh, wow.
So I feel very grateful, Lindenwood, that I've had the opportunities to grow from the director of the Success Center to overseeing our ADA, first-year programming, the Career Center, and our mentoring program, to then being the Associate Dean, and then to being the Dean of Students. So very, very grateful for Lindenwood to recognize staff and faculty who have leadership skills and allow us to implement those. So I welcome those challenges, and I appreciate so much having those opportunities because I really, really enjoy working with the students.
That's so nice to hear because, like you said, especially in your work with fourth graders, that's really challenging to work with actually education and with people. In classroom, what makes Lindenwood Belleville different from other universities?
One of my favorite things about Lindenwood is the diversity of our students. That's when I first started here, to have students from all over the country in different states that travel here. I appreciated so much getting to know the students. So that is one aspect of Lindenwood which I absolutely love. A second part is I appreciate the smaller classroom sizes. I think that allows faculty to have a more personal relationship with our students, and that's part of our retention effort. So when you build relationships, students feel connected to the university, and that hopefully makes them want to stay here as well. But I appreciate that with our faculty, and I appreciate being able to collaborate with the professors, our athletic programs, and our dean of admissions to the business office. So having those relationships on campus and having those opportunities to model those behaviors for our students, to show this is how you collaborate and be positive and stay positive, I think that's important, and another wonderful thing about Lindenwood.
I'm from South America, and I'm part of that diversity in Lindenwood, and I have really saw that everything here is really diverse.
And I learned so much from the students from all over, and I appreciate those opportunities just to learn, and how the kindness and ideas and suggestions that students can bring to us that we can also implement on campus.
Nice. What do you consider is going to be necessary for a recent graduate to be ready for the professional world in 2018?
I think having those opportunities to volunteer and work outside, just the classroom experience, and to apply what they're learning in the classroom. Learning how to network, priority management, excelling with their communication skills, written and oral. And I think any opportunities on campus to volunteer on campus or within the community is such a benefit. So I think students, those should be the takeaways.
And it's not known that 2017 was a year where sexual assault was a really big deal, that the Silence Breakers were actually nominated won the actual person of the year according to Time magazine. Do you see any changes concerning the sexual assault on colleges in general or Lindenwood at all after the 2017 events related to all the sexual assault?
I think there just continues to be collaboration and coordination with outside resources like Call for Help, for example. We have met with them on numerous occasions just to find out ways that we can educate our students. For example, last semester we did some education with students that live in the resident halls. And we talked about healthy relationships. If you see a friend who's in an abusive relationship, to pay attention and what can you do to help that friend, or if you're in something that's not healthy, what can you do? So I think if we continue with those educational and training efforts for our students and staff and faculty, I think that's what's going to absolutely help.
I think, thank you very much for being with us today, Dr. Jones. It was a pleasure here. I'm sorry if all the cameras and that stuff would be concerned. I hope your new position here will help the students today. Thank you very much, and just say for you, stay in touch, because next week or next time we will have another awesome guest here, not as awesome as Dr. Jones, but thank you very much.